Welcome to the pod. Introduce myself. This is Rory, my intern. Right, ready?
Ready?
Ready.
Come on, I thought we were getting a move on with this
I'm getting
one.
a move on. Wait a second, will you? Getting on my tits. Welcome back to the Lousy podcast with me, Holly. I'm a Z-list influencer, part-time Zumbarer, and I am the editor of the magazine, the Lousy Digest. I also, because I'm very busy and important, have a little tiny intern called Rory. Rory, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, Rory, 6'2". New intern at the company, and yeah, really enjoying my time here.
Yeah, it sounds like it. He is actually enjoying himself as you watch him in this episode. He just is very monotone and has no facial expressions. But let me tell you, he isn't being held hostage. He just looks like he is. So this episode, we actually thought what we'd do is go through the lousy advice we receive when dating. And I also thought while doing that, I think a lot of you, if you already follow me on other platforms.
All right, big time.
Yeah, shut up.
They might follow me.
They're not going to follow you because you've got 50 followers, which is creepy or embarrassing. I'm not sure which.
That's because I got hacked.
Yeah. Anyway, that was funny when you got hacked.
Yeah, I had so many good followers or people I followed, but that I now can't follow. So it's like a bit embarrassing to go back and follow them.
What I did like though, and it's kind of related to dating, so I can talk about it, is the fact that like, you know, the people that you follow that you like matched with on Hinge and you just like follow each other forever and there's no real need to like unfollow. All of yours have gone now because your account got hacked.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah, so we can't stalk
But yours haven't, which I think is a bit unfair. I think I get to do a cull of yours.
Yeah, but I don't know, there's something about knowing all your little Hinge mateys, like what they're up to now. Like, it's just quite sweet, isn't it? Being like, oh, that's nice, that worked out for you.
No, I don't think so. What do we think? Get in the comments.
I hate when you do this. It's like a YouTube video of always asking people to get in the comments every 4 seconds.
Get in the comments. Should I do a cull of Holly's following? And we can maybe in a future episode discuss whether we think she should be unfollowing or not.
And then what we can do is we can do another episode where we go through just quite how insecure Rory is. I don't know. That could be a good one to follow up. Do you think?
No, I'm not insecure. Yeah, brilliant. Anyway, moving on.
I won that one. I never win.
I was pretending to be insecure. I could have come back.
No, do you know what?
I was just playing along for the camera, for the mic.
I'm so pleased I won that.
For the Substack, for all of it.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, this episode is all about dating. I feel like I can give a lot of advice on this, not from a perspective on being helpful, but I can give you a lot of lousy advice because my singledom was very tragic. It was just like a constant car crash until I eventually met Rory. So
very kind.
I didn't actually mean that to be kind.
Mine was pretty good. I enjoyed it and then met you and then it was like kind of all right still.
Yeah, because you never got dumped. You just cruised along life. And then actually you got dumped once, but you always say you didn't.
I didn't get dumped.
His girlfriend before me dumped him, but he doesn't like to admit
it's mutual.
What's funny is she like slowly dumping him.
Okay, whatever. I'm not going to rise to this. Mutual.
Anyway. Let's get into the podcast.
Where's this slow launch dump come from? You just completely made this up.
There's just something.
You can't just make things up about my life for the sake of entertainment.
No, of course I can.
I don't know what I do. Was it like defamation?
No, because you said that she like kept being like, oh, I'm not free, I can't come down. And eventually
yeah, she was busy.
He got dumped, which is funny.
I didn't get dumped. Right. Leave a comment below if you're the person that dumped me or didn't dump me and let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Let's get into the podcast.
Don't get your knickers in a twist.
Oh, I hate when you do it. It's creepy. People aren't going to like you saying it like that. You're going to get a reputation for being a creep.
Hopefully listeners and viewers from last week remember it. I still haven't got the mega pants in. Sorry. Wait till next week. I promise you we're going to have the mega pants.
Maybe just get on with it. So
okay, let's go. Holly, are you ready for this week's... Maybe press the button on the laptop.
Okay.
Knickers in a twist.
Oh, that looks weird.
Right, so I'm just going to move.
Wait, sorry, it won't stop now. Shut up. The demo's done. Hello?
Holly, tell us how you have got your knickers in a twist this week.
I've realised that I've only written one and I only did that in the episode before. So I have got no examples here of how I've got my knickers in a twist this week.
Okay, good. Well, we'll see you next week for Don't Get Your Knickers in a Twist.
I've got a magazine to run. I can't always come up with these things.
Hello, I'm back. So... For those of you listening, I'm now sat back down again because Holly didn't have one. So she wasted my time.
They don't need a description of every single movement you make, just key ones, just as a heads up.
Okay, fine. Right, next.
Yeah, let's move it on.
Lousy advice of the week.
Nice.
Don't tell me you haven't prepared something.
No, I have. I have actually prepared something for this one. Okay, I'm going to tell you my... Oh, no, wait, maybe I haven't. I have, but I don't actually know if it was advice. It was just something I wanted to say. Like, you know, when you just want to say something, so you're just like shoving it in so you can bring it up. Okay, this is loosely lousy advice, but I think you're going to take it. So I do reformer Pilates because I'm insufferable. And I have found that while doing it, right, I quite enjoy it. Like, they're like, put your feet up here, legs over here, whatever. And it's quite hard. And I like to show off and like be like, oh, look, I can do it on the lowest string, whatever it is. However, they have this advice they give and they say stupid things. They talk to you basically in code. She's like, you need to zip up the vertebrae of your back. And you're like, well, can you just say in English, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to straighten up? Like, do you want me to not? Or she'll say things like, open up your ribs. And I'm like, but that isn't literally, how on earth am I going to open up my ribs? So she's saying all this stuff. She came up to me. She went, have you done Pilates before? I thought,
that's not a good start.
I thought I've been doing it for 6 months. So yeah, I have done it before. Thanks, babe. And she was like, well, have you considered like actually engaging your core?
Considered not coming. You considered not bothering because you're actually awful at it.
Yeah. And she was like, okay, well, you're not actually engaging your core, so it's not doing anything. And I was like, okay, thank you for telling me that. She was like, you need to like picture that your belly button is attached to your back and it's like being pulled up to your center. And I'm like, this isn't, I think they're just making things up to make me feel like I'm not very good. So I keep paying for more lessons.
To me, it sounds like you're just not good enough.
Well, you don't understand. Someone said to you, open your ribs. So you're on your back, your feet are in the air.
Yeah.
And she's saying, open your ribs.
Yeah, so you like, I guess you like breathing in, so you're like, and then out they come.
What do you mean out they come? They're still in.
My ribs, well, your rib cage moves up, doesn't it?
I don't know. I think you should just say that then. Just say push your ribs up. Do you know what I mean? She doesn't need to speak like that. She's just showing off that she knows more than me and she's better looking, which is fine, but she doesn't need to talk to me
No,
like
I bet
that.
she's not.
Thank you. That was good. I like that Rory says, I'll be like, oh, so when we watch Love Island, I'll be like, oh, which of them, if you had to couple up with them, like obviously if you had to, because you'd rather be with me, but I was like, which one would you go for? And he's like, I can't see them, all I can see is pixels and it's other girls. And I'm like, yeah, that's good.
Again, it's really weird thing happened to me when I got with Holly. Like, look at any girl's face, pixelated. No idea.
Works so well.
Yeah.
I probably go through his followers on Instagram and it's loads of girls with massive boobs, but whatever. We choose not to see these things. Oh my God, but do you remember your Explore page on your old account?
Oh yeah, that was good.
So if you go on your phone on Instagram and you go on the Explore page, like mine is all like about autism or ADHD or like recipes or outfits or summer holiday things, like all nice girly things. I went on Rory's and all it was cricket and tits. Like that was it. There was not an ounce of anything else.
Defamation case is building.
Because what did you then do? You then put in a shift to try and change your Explore page.
I didn't, but
you did.
Allegedly, you can train it by like liking certain things and saying you don't like certain things, and it will actually show what you have been looking at, not what people might think you've been looking at. So I can actually have a quick look at mine now if you want.
Yeah, come then. Let's have a look. I bet I'm going to see one tip. Okay, I will give it to him. It is now all golf.
You can reset it.
Is that what he's done? Because it is actually entirely golf. Like, there's not anything other than
I had
golf.
to reset mine because it was all cricket and tennis.
I didn't know you could reset it. All right.
Is this a worldwide issue? Do you think we need to get Adam Mosseri on here?
I mean, this was called
No
Lousy
way.
Advice. This is now incredibly useful advice. If you want to reset your Instagram Discover page, go to Settings, Privacy, and then reset
suggested content.
Reset suggested content.
You're doing a
Bosh.
great act now, like you haven't already done this.
I didn't know you could do that. I spent hours curating mine.
I hate to picture the hours you put into curating it before as well. Horrible. Anyway, do you know what? Every time you do these speeches, it gets more and more boring. And now it sounds like you're at a funeral and you're reading out a poem. You know, when someone tries to do that to lighten the mood.
I'm trying to do like a podcast voice though. So
Are you? Why can't you just do a normal voice?
I'm on podcast. What's the most lousy piece of dating advice you've received?
Ever.
I don't know.
Sorry, I don't
ever.
know why I'm acting like I've never heard this question.
Okay, no,
before,
today.
Even though I wrote the script. I don't know why it's shocking me. I'm like, what do you mean by that question that I wrote? Oh, I think the most lousy piece of dating advice that anyone receives is that when you stop looking, it will find you. Because I just think that just isn't true. Like, do you know, the people that say shit like that are people that are still with their like girlfriend or boyfriend from school, so they've got no idea about how the dating world works. They're just still with the same person. Or it's people that just happen to meet someone in a club or a bar, which doesn't happen anymore. No one comes up to anyone. So I think actually, if you want to meet someone, you've got to get out there and you've got to search. Like, I put a shift in. I dated more or less the whole of Clapham before I came across Rory.
Right.
Like, you can't, it's not going to come when you're not looking for it. Like, you've got to keep your eyes peeled if you're in the market.
Do you want to go on to mine?
Yes, I do.
I think that like the bad thing like that I think is not very helpful is like telling people to play hard to get or like treat them mean, keep them keen. If someone started doing that to me, they were like playing hard to get, I'd be like, okay, fine, like they don't want to talk to me. Or if they're being mean to me, I'm like, that's not very nice. Can we just like call it off there?
Have you ever had someone not be very nice?
No, but yeah, people have generally been quite nice to me. I think treat them mean, keep them keen isn't good.
I think it is good. I was definitely doing that with you.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I was. I was playing hard to get.
You weren't.
I...
You were pretty keen. But third day in, Holly literally ambushes me and says, are we going to be exclusive then or what? And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to have to say yes.
I need to rephrase that. I was actually very in demand. And I was saying, look, do you want me to, kiss these other people or not? Because I will. And he said, no, I don't.
I'll do it right now in front of you. Sit in that chair and watch.
I was saying to you, I was like, there are people on this blower that want it, and I will give it to them if you're wanting to be all like, let's just
go and give it to them then.
No, I don't. Well, I didn't want to, but I was threatening you, obviously, so that is mean.
So it wasn't mean. It was just keen. It was keen all over.
It wasn't.
It was the keenest thing I've ever seen.
It wasn't.
It was such a classic. It was what happens every time. Oh, my friends have been asking like what we are, and like I just wondered if you'd like thought like what we are, and like I wasn't wondering, it was my friends were wondering like they were wondering if we should be exclusive or not. And I was like, what? Like, you're like, yeah, well, yeah, could we? And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's obviously what you're asking, not your friends. Your friends don't care.
Anyway.
Okay, maybe it does work on girls. So all the boys out there, no, don't do that. It's not very nice. Don't treat them mean. Treat them nicely. And girls, treat the boys nicely. Everyone will be nice. Everyone will be friends. And everyone will be snogging and they'll be having a good time.
Yeah, that's nice. That's very...
It's a good way to wrap that one up.
Yeah, you did that well. Oh, sorry. I just drank a Red Bull and it's making me belch a little bit, so just ignore that if you hear it in the audio. Just, cut that bit out.
There's a bit here on general discussion. Question, do we want to do that? I don't really understand this.
What do you mean?
Right. Oh, no, I'm reading your bit.
Well, can I read my bit? Right, where should we start? Oh, I'm just saying, right, Rory, where should we start? Can you just tell me that? What's wrong with you?
I don't get what this bit is.
What
we didn't do this bit on the first pod.
Yeah, it's different, this one.
Okay.
Right, Rory, where should we start? How did dating go for you?
So I was single until I was about 20.
I don't think Rory had his first kiss until he was 18, so that's where it kind of kicks off.
Wait, what am I... I'm not going through my whole...
Quick, you haven't done much, so it's not going to take long.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I met some lovely ladies throughout my time. They're all very nice, polite. Not a single one from the age of, not even 18, from the age of 1 through to the age of 29 dragged me onto a podcast to talk about all this kind of stuff. So it went really well until the age of 25. That was a bit embarrassing. So I was 25 when I met Holly. Bit young, I'd say. I probably regret that a little bit. I wish you'd met maybe now.
Thank you.
But yeah, I was 25, she was 26. I think we both didn't really have that much going on, and we were just like, yeah, whatever, we can make this work.
Okay, that's great. Thank you for giving us that whistle-stop tour of when we got together, but that wasn't actually the question. The question was, how did you find dating?
I'd get pretty apprehensive, nervous before it.
Would you?
Yes. Yeah, of course. Everyone does. Obviously, everyone gets nervous before a date, surely. When
we went on our first date, Rory's voice was really high-pitched because he was so nervous. You're like, hello. It was so odd. I don't even know your voice could do that. You're like squeaking at me.
Yeah, on our first day, I get there. We were due to meet at 8 o'clock. I get there, order a bottle of red wine. Holly then doesn't arrive until, it was at least 20 past 8, if not later. So I was like, I've been stood up here. So I just sat there by myself, getting all these pity looks. People being like, he's been stood up. And then Holly arrived. She's like, I don't like red wine. So then I just had to have it to myself. And then did we get a bottle of white wine?
Yeah, I did. And then I said, should we split the bill? Obviously not meaning it. And he said, yeah.
That's the thing with dating I didn't like. It was way too expensive. So
But it wasn't. She weren't paying. What do you mean?
Yeah, but obviously
don't go then.
You were at the back end. You got the dregs of my dating life. Up front, I was paying for a few bills.
Really?
Not all of them, but some. I would have paid for some bills. Get in the comments below if you got a bill paid for.
Didn't you have, what was the girl that you had to take to Duck and Waffle? Didn't you get fours?
That's too long a story. I
Okay,
can't go
fine.
through that whole story.
No, you can just shorten it that you did 2.
It was an awkward situation where
This is what I like, because everyone says, oh, Rory's so sweet, Rory's so nice. Poor Rory. Rory isn't. He's mean and
it wasn't
nasty.
mean. It was a weird situation where
Weird, so weird. It just happened to him. He's just...
me and my friend, he had a date and the girl had a friend. I had a date and the girl had a friend, and they both happened to be going to the same place. So we worked out we could concurrently, but without the other 2 girls knowing, concurrently double date. So we'd spent a bit of time with the first ones, and then we were like flicking between the 2. Anyway, the one I'd arranged to meet worked out what was going on, wasn't happy. So our friends were then like, you need to take her to the Duck and Waffle. I was like, the Duck and Waffle? Like, it sounds so expensive. So we get to the Duck and Waffle, because they were, oh, we've booked you a table. I was like, for God's sake, this is like 10:30. I was like, why? Sure, it's not still open.
Is this after the double date?
Yeah, this is after it had gone down in flames.
Yeah.
Get to the Duck and Waffle. Turns out they hadn't booked us a table, they just made it up. So we then had to sit in this like bar bit and just like have some wine and snacks.
That's what happens when you're a dirty dog.
That was probably a low point. I mean, from me, but from the company, fantastic, great girls, fantastic, like good time. Me, probably wasn't on top form that day.
Yeah.
Dating on the whole, as I said, starts off expensive. You learn, just split. Then it makes it kind of manageable.
Okay, that's good.
How was dating for you?
Dating for me. Dating, I think when I was younger was a bit difficult because at school you were kind of fighting against all the other girls that like they'd all kind of grown boobs, and they'd also like everyone, well, that's it actually, I think they just had boobs before I did, not that I ever did, but like whatever, and they were just getting all the action, so you were kind of like scraping for the dregs. Like you'd go to a house party and kind of be like, are any of you left that might consider fancying me? And they'd all kind of be like, no. So I do think that was actually quite good because it was quite character building. You kind of got some resilience. Went to uni. That's when I think I really came out of my shell. And by coming out of my shell, I mean I masked very heavily. And there I kind of thought I was the shit and I really went for it. So, sorry, I didn't really go for it. I just mean like I was like trying to get people to fancy me. Again, wasn't that successful.
No, I can imagine.
Thank you. Yeah, I think in my 20s, it was just like constant peaks and troughs. Like either you were on cloud 9, you had 3 boys that were in love with you, and you were just like kind of, seeing what happened there, or you were in the absolute pits and you were getting dumped left, right, and centre. Like I've had some absolute mega dumpings. And I've also had, I also had this weird phase where I had a lot of boys that I was dating that were costing me a lot of money. Oh my gosh, yeah, one went on a date with me, and then he was like, oh, we need to get all the way back. We both lived in Surrey. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, my phone was dead. So I was like, okay, put my card details into your phone. I don't know why. Oh, that was it. Because I was like, let's go for one more drink. And he was like, if you want to pay for the taxi, we can. And I was desperate, so I was like, yeah, fine. So did that. We got back. He then kept using my Uber for like 3 months. And I had to harass him and be like, can you stop doing that? No responses.
Good lad. Fair play. I wish I'd thought of that.
Anyway, my final year
You got to
of
2019.
dating, yeah, I got to 2019, and then it was really like kicking off. And then COVID came in. I think actually that's what helped me lock in Rory as a boyfriend, because it was like around the time of like the 10 p.m. curfew and stuff, and like he literally wasn't going to be meeting anyone else. So you had to stick with someone, and luckily I was there at the time. So yeah, that's another thing. When people are like, oh, how did you get a boyfriend? I'm like, I just did it at a time that he literally could hardly meet anyone else. I just got rid of all my competition and I was like, right, I'm here. Do you want it or not? Pretty good.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Good summary.
Thank you. That's it. Dating for me was fun and shit all in one. It was quite tragic a lot of the time.
I think that is for everyone, though. I think they have good times, they have bad times.
Yeah, but yours wasn't the same as me. Like I remember at uni, like this boy was like, you can come round, but you've got to go at 7:30 in the morning because I need to revise. And I found out the day later that he'd already done all of his exams. He just wanted me to go. And I remember walking back with an orange juice and a croissant, getting in my bed, in my little single bed at uni, and then calling my mum and dad, being like, I'm really sad, this boy doesn't like me. My mum and dad were like, well, just drive home. And I was like, I'm too sad to drive home. So they had to drive up to Oxford, pick me up.
Things they've gone through with you is absolutely horrendous. I can't believe they do that.
Yeah, you can't leave a crying child at uni, can you?
Just because you got boffed off to go, they just couldn't be bothered. Anyway.
Whatever. Wasn't there a girl that had Diamante shoes, your sister always says, used to leave at your house?
Defamation. This is just all fabricated. Am I going to go along with this nonsense? How can I get over someone who doesn't care if I live or die?
So the first step, I think, in being able to solve how to get over someone that doesn't care if you live or die is to work out that they don't like you. So I think that's what you need to start off with. Okay, so what is it? You go first. How do you think you can tell that someone doesn't like you?
I think like the slow replies that are getting slower is the key. They're ghosting you.
Yeah, I agree. I think if someone says to you like, oh, sorry, I've just been so busy with work, I've been so slammed. And it's like, how slammed do you have to be to not be able to pick up your phone? Do you know what I mean? I think that isn't true. I also think you can tell someone doesn't like you when someone starts saying like just ha quite a lot. Like I've definitely been ha like slow dumped through a ha.
Yeah.
Because like you give them like, oh, I've been doing this. And they just come back like, oh, ha. And you just think, there's nothing to reply to that.
Yeah, just cut your losses, get out of there. There's no point carrying on.
Yeah, but sometimes it's hard to tell. Like you can't really tell if someone doesn't like you because sometimes your brain's hoping with every inch that they do. So you're not really like.
Yeah, but if they do, if you like cut it off, they'll come to you.
That's never happened.
Well, they obviously weren't into you.
I don't think I ever quite got the hint. Like I didn't know that someone didn't like me. Like someone had to spell it out to me. Like you are dumped and I'm not interested. Like I'm not very good at picking up on the hints that someone's not really that bothered. I just kind of presume they would be. Which never really worked out, unfortunately. But here we are.
Could you tell me about the delulu things we tell ourselves that mean he does like you? I assume was meant to be at the end of that question.
Sorry, I've written these questions and I talk in code, it appears. It's also funny hearing you saying delulu. That question was meant to be, what are some delusional things that you tell yourself that, like, no, they do like you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is Rory's never had any delusion because
No,
everything's been easy. Like you've just been like cruising along.
I'm sure I've had plenty of delusion.
You have never been dumped apart from that one girlfriend.
So the things that we tell ourselves that he does like us.
Yeah, like delulu things. Like I would think, if someone like I think it's when people say, "Oh, he's watched my stories."
Yeah,
like
that kind of thing. Or he's liked my photo on Instagram or something.
Yeah. Do you want to tell the audience what that means? Because you are a boy that would do that.
I think if they're just like, if you think they're maybe going off you and all you're getting is the odd like picture like story react, they're just doing that to keep you on the back burner. They don't actually really like you that much.
Oh, is that what it is? It's to keep them...
Yeah, to keep them ticking over just in case, like their current, whatever they've got managing, whatever they're managing at that time, in case it either falls apart completely or like someone drops out, they can then back in.
Oh, so it's a bit like when you've got a football team. It's like, and you've got the people on the side.
Yeah, you're keeping the bench happy.
Warm.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, exactly. You want to keep them like think they're involved. They're not really that involved, but you want them to think they are, so they don't lose interest in like the grander project.
So it's like the third goalkeeper kind of vibes. Like you're kind of probably not going to be called up to the front, but like if worse comes to worse,
you could get a bench spot at some point. Yeah, and then
okay.
Yeah, and then they think, well, if I get a bench spot, maybe the starting goalkeeper might get injured, and I'll actually get onto the pitch.
Oh.
I'm surprised you've gone down the football analogy, but
I just thought that was a clear way of understanding it. Yeah, I think I've been third goalkeeper a few times. Didn't you ever have?
Probably, yeah.
You think you do? I thought you'd think too highly of yourself to think that you'd been third goalkeeper.
No, I don't actually think that. I was just trying to like be too like
relatable.
humble, and obviously not.
Things that are delulu that you take. I think I've done so many of these things, being like, oh, they're going to like me because of this. I think the big ones is someone said, oh, I've told my parents about you. And that's because I've realised only at this big age that someone can tell you they've done something and that doesn't mean they actually have. Like, I think the amount of people that said to me, like, I've told my mum about you. They just haven't. Like, unless there is proof, unless you get on the phone to that boy's mum and they're like, yeah, I've heard about you, you shouldn't believe it. I think in dating, it's all fart, no poo. Like, you need to actually make sure there's something behind what people are saying. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's it. That's my delulu things. I can go on and on, but I will spare you the details.
How to be real about this person.
This is how to accept that someone actually isn't that into you.
Yeah, be realistic about the situation.
I think you do what I do, the ultimatum, like I did with Rory. I sat him down. I said, excuse me, do you want to be exclusive or not? Because you get the answer in that.
Yeah, no, it was a bold approach. I mean, 9 times out of 10, they're going to say no. But yeah, it is worth putting your cards on the table early doors, I think.
Nice. Bosh, done that one.
Things to do instead of crying. So what this is like, you're crying because you've been dumped.
Yeah.
What can you do instead?
Yeah. Yeah, what would you imagine if I dumped you? What would you do to get over it?
I don't know. Probably go to some like horrible bar or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what I do. I think you'd end up like, I think you'd get a bit desperate and you'd be a bit like, oh, I need to somehow like relive it and find someone like I did before.
I wouldn't know where to go now because
No.
I've been with you for 5 years. Yeah, I wouldn't really know where the spots are. Where would it go? Right, could you people maybe write in and let us know if you are single, early 30s, where to go?
Yeah, please let us know.
Or we're meant to be giving the advice. Actually, we can pass on the advice at some point.
I think to get over these things, well, the thing is, everyone always says like you need some time to yourself, but I honestly think the only way you get over someone is by meeting someone else. Like I just think distract, which I don't know if is actually very helpful. But like when people said like,
I think that's fine as long as you don't just jump into another relationship.
yeah, no, but I always think that like everyone's like, no, just take time for yourself. But I'm like boring. I need some attention, so I'm going to go and get some. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I can't imagine you doing that because you don't really like talking to people anyway. Like it's even hard for me to get a conversation out of you. So like I can't imagine you doing too much chatting. No. Did you like when you were in a club? Would you be chatting? Like how would you attract someone?
No, I'd like pretend. I'd usually just pretend to play the air guitar on my leg. That would be my move.
And that would work?
No, but that's all I really had in the locker.
So just air guitaring?
Yeah.
God, that is a horrible vision. Did you have any chat-up lines?
No, I'd try to avoid conversation because I knew I wasn't very good at it.
Oh.
I was like kind of what the T-shirt says.
Right. Would you just like kind of dive in
Sorry, for those
like...
listening, my T-shirt says awkward but interested.
So what would you do? Would you just kind of wait till the lights were on and just like dive in for a snog of who was left?
No, there was no diving in.
Oh.
It was, if we liked each other, then yeah, we might say hi, and then she'd say hi, and then I don't know, might get a number, and then exchange a few messages over the coming weeks and months, and then maybe meet up at some point.
Okay, that's very civilised and probably not true, but I'll take that. Next.
Okay, well, we're actually coming on to the final question of the segment, which is, how would you avoid this in the future?
I think it's actually unavoidable. I think dumping is something that everyone has to go through. I think it's character building. I don't know how I'd avoid that. Like, I always think this. I think it was just luck that I met you. It was luck of it being near the end of like COVID, so you weren't going to choose from many people. It was luck because I was blonde and Rory likes blondes. Like, and that's it, really. Rory actually has a formula of girls that he likes.
No, it isn't. I didn't make this up.
There's this weird correlation between me and everyone that Rory has dated.
Wait, which formula are we going on here?
Basically, all of Rory's ex-girlfriends were all blonde and all did psychology at uni, and that has to mean something. And what makes it weirder is that Rory's got no emotion, so there's no reason that he'd be interested in psychology. So it's like, what was he hanging?
It's the yin and yang thing, isn't it? You need someone to balance you out.
But like, why were you sniffing about psychology people when you don't want to talk or have feelings? It just seems so odd.
Because I thought, I'm on a journey of self-learning and self-progression, and I thought maybe I can grow in those areas.
What was that question? I can't remember what it was.
How to avoid this in future.
Oh, yeah. So I think I just listen to what people are saying to you. I think if someone likes you, you'll just know, like, there's such a difference. Are you looking at your watch? I just saw that. I love that I was about to say, you just know if someone likes you. But my own fiance is looking at his watch to see when he can get out of his chair and out of doing this podcast. But I think it is just luck, and I think it's a numbers game. So how to avoid it in the future is, I think, if you date 100 people, you're going to get maybe one, but if you date 4, you've got less chance. So I think just keep going, just keep banging on that door. That's my advice.
Yeah, no, I agree. Just keep going. You'll find someone eventually.
I wouldn't have met you if I hadn't been dumped like 4 times, so that's pretty good. Also, I wouldn't date anyone with a signet ring. That's something that was my experience. It's never gone well.
You had some bad experiences?
Yeah, I've had bad experiences. They're always glaring. When you're getting dumped and you can see it, it's glistening and you're like, oh dear, this isn't good.
Okay, apologies to all men out there with signet rings.
They were dumping
me.
Maybe
they were
what
right.
do you mean?
Oh, thanks to all men with signet rings.
Yeah, they sorted you out.
Yeah, you sorted me out.
Do you want to do the wheel?
No.
Okay.
Done my bit.
Nice.
Back to the pod. So, we're on to segment Don't Take My Advice, Fortune Wheel.
Yeah. So basically here, we've given you so much advice, I'm sure you can't be asked to hear us anymore. So I've got a few different people that you can choose from. Well, not that you can choose from, the wheel's going to choose. And they're going to give you a piece of advice. So the piece of advice someone's asking for is, how do I get my long-term boyfriend to propose? I've hinted and nothing's happened. I need to land on my dad though, because that's who we've got lined up. So we might just be here for a little while. Come on, Dad. Bosh!
Oh, Nigel! He's going to love this.
Let's get on the blower to Dad. Dad has got the romance of a toad, so I'm sure this is going to be helpful. He's going to be so awkward, or he's never going to shut up. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Dad. You're just on my podcast. Are you all right to talk?
Yes, I am.
Okay, right. We've got a question for you that my audience want an answer to. As we always know, we want the destination, not the journey. Little short answers, good. Okay?
Well, it could be good. It might not be good.
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't have to be good. It just has to be quick.
Okay, let's go.
I've been with my boyfriend 5 years and he's still not proposed. How do I get him to propose? Have you got any suggestions?
Yeah.
What? I don't think that's going to work. Have you got any more tips?
Next question.
What should I ask him?
That was an
Yeah, that didn't do very well. Let me see if
I've
anyone's
got
written
I've got
in.
one that they've sent through on my notes.
Yeah, go on
Do you
then.
want to get back on the phone to him?
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
Says, I'm thinking of buying a sexy outfit to wear with my boyfriend. Where would you recommend I get one from?
What is wrong with you? So Rory's just made that up.
Sorry, for a moment I thought you said a sexy outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it says.
No, it doesn't. Okay, Dad. Sorry, this has gone turbo wrong. Right, okay, let me give you another question that someone's asked. How do I tell a colleague that I think I fancy them?
How do you tell them or how do you show them?
Well, either.
Okay, that's a bit of a tricky one.
Yeah.
I think, goodness.
I think that could be an answer in itself. I think we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, Nigel, we're on the clock. Good to speak to you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. That was really, yeah, that was really...
That wasn't quite the question and answer session I was anticipating.
No, but you absolutely smashed it. Thanks so much, Dad. I think people are really going to... You've just sorted them out there.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. Okay.
Okay.
See you later.
Right,
Love
shall I
you.
go?
Bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
That was good. I think
That was seriously good.
Yeah.
That was so good.
See where you get all your great advice from.
Yeah.
Now we're just going to have a bit of a reflection, like what we'd say our advice is
Yeah.
to pass on to our
Yes, just reflect, babe. Let's
wonderful
go.
listeners.
My advice, if you're in the depths of heartbreak, is I always think that like you can only be in the absolute like troughs for so long. Like when you're actually at the bottom, like if you're at the bottom of a pit, like there's no further down you could go. Like it can only kind of go up. So sometimes you're better off if you're in the pits. Like I was always more worried if something was going well because you're like, well, something's got to come up. Do you know what I mean? Like someone's going to message you being like, hey girl, just want to let you know that I've shagged your boyfriend or whatever. So you might as well think to yourself, I'm in the bottom of a pit, but like, where else can I go? You can't get lower than this.
Yeah, but that's not that helpful.
Is it not?
Telling someone it can only get better, like, even if it does get a bit better, they're still not going to be having a good time. They need to get so much better before they're, like, happy.
Okay, if I gave you one piece of lousy advice, I would actually say is to go for someone that's northern.
Nice.
I actually think that's good advice because I hadn't tried that before meeting Rory and now we're engaged. So like that is my only
Off
piece
that
of
large
maths.
sample set. Yeah,
Yeah,
some really...
exactly. And I did a proper study for you all and of the group.
The
like,
one northern.
Yeah,
worked.
the northern worked. So I'd kind of just say like if you've tried
It's
nothing
pretty good odds
else,
actually. What, one northern versus what, two? You met two other boys,
yeah,
isn't it? So
yeah,
two
exactly.
southern.
Lock them in early, like I said, third date. I just wait till they've had like a bottle of wine and then be like, do you want to be exclusive or not? Because it's too awkward for them to back out in the morning. Do you know what I mean? Because they can't then really go back and be like, I didn't mean it. So yeah, that's what I'd suggest.
And please don't, when you ask this question, come in with the my friends have been asking, because we know your friends haven't been asking. As I said before, you're asking, you want to ask. Please drop the act.
So full of himself.
I was directing that at Holly because she's claiming she didn't do that, but she did.
She wasn't. He's directing it at you guys. And if you're going to put up with that, it's not bad. Comment below some hate to Rory. Anyway.
No, please, I don't want to hate.
That is the end of the episode. That is all of our lousy advice for today. I think that's our article submitted and ready to go.
Sent.
Yeah, done. If you would like to hear more about this, there will actually be a Lousy Digest article, well not article, but like my magazine written up on Substack, so you can go and find that there. You can also follow this podcast on various social channels and it's called That's Lousy Advice. You can follow that or you can follow me. I'm Holly Morris with 3 S's on Instagram. I'm Holy Morridge on TikTok. Sorry it's so complicated. There's just nothing here that makes sense. If you could like, subscribe, comment, follow this podcast. That would really help me. Not only my ego, but also my bank account, because then eventually I can get ads on here and then I'll make money, and that'd be really useful. And it mean I can pay Rory rather than him just interning.
Oh, please.
And
I'd like
if
that.
you have got any questions that you'd like to get some lousy advice for, submit that to Lousy Advice.
No, it was a different email you
What
gave
was
last
it?
time. That's lousyadvice@gmail.com.
Everything I've just described there could be incorrect, so please look at the show notes for ways that you could actually get hold of us, because I don't think what I've
On the
said is
socials. Socials down below. Click like, click subscribe, click comment, click buttons into the comment box, click enter. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week.
right. Yeah, thank you. He just wants the last word. Goodbye.